One business has bravely come to light as a pathfinder in the vastness of space, pushing the bounds of space exploration and changing our perception of what is possible. SpaceX has come to present innovation, affordability, and the pursuit of audacious space missions. We explore how SpaceX is revolutionizing space exploration and redefining humankind's destiny beyond Earth in this video body. The founder of SpaceX provided an update on Starship, a potent rocket that some believe may revolutionize the space business in ways that many are still unable to fathom, on Thursday night at a launch facility in Boca Chica, Texas. And other industry participants can run into issues as a result of that lack of creativity. During Musk's address, the rocket was on display at the Starbase test facility. Standing well under 400 feet, 120 meters tall, Starship is perched atop its massive booster, known as Super Heavy. It now stands as the tallest operational rocket ever deployed, surpassing the height of Saturn V, the 363-foot-tall NASA rocket utilized for the Apollo lunar missions in the 1960s and 1970s. Starships are designed to be completely recyclable and able to endure. According to the founder of SpaceX, his groundbreaking mega-rocket might reach space in a few months. Some claim that Starship marks the beginning of the end for space companies that ignore its possibilities. March is when SpaceX's Starship rocket is expected to conduct its first orbital test flight. As stated in the Starship user manual, fully reusable Starship and Super Heavy systems are expected to allow for space-based activities that have not been possible before by SpaceX. A significant step toward SpaceX's objective of enabling interplanetary life would be Starship. The enormous payload capacity of the rocket and its reusability could fundamentally alter the economics of sending people and objects into space. NASA has awarded SpaceX a $2.9 billion to $2.5 billion contract to land astronauts on the Moon, a significant boost to the Starship project. This came after SpaceX, using Falcon 9, the first orbital-class reusable rocket in history, sent NASA astronauts to the International Space Station in 2020, making history as the first commercial company to launch humans into space. Musk has earned himself a reputation for setting out overly ambitious timelines, and this could explain why much of the space sector might not yet be expecting the reality of a functional Starship and everything it would bring with it. Naturally, Musk isn't the only billionaire with a significant stake in the space sector. For instance, Richard Branson's Virgin Group owns Virgin Galactic, a suborbital space tourism company, and Jeff Bezos founded Blue Origin, a spaceflight corporation, in 2001. However, Musk has garnered greater attention from the media than his fellow space billionaires, in part due to SpaceX's several well-publicized triumphs and in part to his intensely active and occasionally contentious use of Twitter. In 2021, space tourism experienced a significant upsurge as people began traveling to space via SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, and Blue Origin. Both Branson and Bezos flew on the systems of their respective companies. Given that a seat on Virgin Galactic, for example, now costs $450,000, it is inevitable that these numerous opportunities come with enormous cash. This implies that the target market for ticket sales is the very wealthy. Of course, there are moral dilemmas associated with housing the extremely wealthy on spacecraft. What it means to create an industry where the only individuals allowed to participate are the wealthy or those who have benefited from the generosity of the wealthy has been questioned by many. However, Inspiration 4, which was launched into Earth orbit for reusable rocket technology, is one of SpaceX's groundbreaking contributions to space exploration. In the past, space missions required the expensive disposal of rocket parts after only one usage. However, the serial reuse of SpaceX's Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets significantly lowers the financial hurdles related to space travel. These rockets' successful landings and relaunches have completely changed the economics of space travel. The Dragon spaceship from SpaceX has significantly changed the commercial spaceflight industry. Dragon was first created to deliver supplies to the International Space Station, ISS. But as part of NASA's Commercial Crew Program, this is a major turning point in space exploration history, since commercial corporations like SpaceX are now actively participating in crewed space missions. Apart from its goals of reaching other planets, SpaceX is also making great progress in building the Starlink global satellite internet network. The Starlink constellation of low Earth orbit comprises thousands of small satellites that are designed to bring high-speed, low-latency internet connection to underserved and distant places across the globe. This large-scale effort not only solves Earth's connectivity issues, but also makes money to support SpaceX's other space projects. With programs like Inspiration4, SpaceX is actively advancing the commercialization of Space FlyGHE. The first all-civilian space mission, Inspiration4, launched in September 2021, proved that space exploration is not just for people with a career. This occasion demonstrated SpaceX's dedication. With daily launches, SpaceX and other businesses hope to more closely resemble aviation travel in space exploration. But launch costs must decrease for that future to become a reality. That is the function of Starship. During high-altitude test flights, several Starship prototypes went boom, but in May 2021, one of them eventually made a flawless landing. Furthermore, NASA chose Starship to be the first crewed lander for its Artemis lunar exploration program, which intends to return humans to the Moon by the middle of this decade. But Starship still has a lot of obstacles to overcome. Starship has the ability to potentially enable new businesses and even new markets if SpaceX is successful in assembling a fleet that can launch frequently and be reused. Companies that wish to manufacture delicate materials in orbit, including pharmaceuticals, may find that their business plans become feasible as a result of the significant price decrease. Additionally, Starships may have a significant role in opening up human spaceflight to a wider spectrum of individuals. The vehicle might allow more potential consumers to have access to spaceflight than only the extremely wealthy. Beyond the Webb telescope, new space discoveries are happening at a breakneck pace, resulting in an exciting new paradigm for space that is supported by the convergence of cutting-edge technologies that are a part of the larger ongoing Fourth Industrial Revolution, 4IR, and includes new players, trends, opportunities, and challenges. SpaceX is a powerful entity unto itself. The business wants to expand its Starlink internet network, which now has 2,000 satellites, to potentially accommodate 30,000 spacecraft. It is the only American company offering crewed flights to the International Space Station and is expanding its orbital space tourism program. Furthermore, just as Musk had envisioned, SpaceX is currently routinely launching and landing rockets with payloads for a variety of clients, including private businesses, NASA, and the U.S. Space Force. Today, many space corporations broadcast their own spaceflight, although SpaceX's is usually the most notable. Millions of viewers have watched the company's broadcasts over the years to witness rocket stages landing on ships at sea and, in one especially amazing instance, a mannequin dressed in spacesuits taking off for an orbit around the sun. One of the highlights of the inaugural Falcon Heavy launch in February 2018 was the mannequin. The massive rocket successfully took off, and its 3 first-stage boosters returned to Earth in front of the largest gathering of people since the Space Shuttle program ended in 2011 at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. A mannequin astronaut operating a Tesla Roadster was unveiled spectacularly on the top stage of the Falcon Heavy when the webcast cut back to an in-space perspective. David Bowie's Starman was played by SpaceX during the transmission, giving the mannequin the same name as it set out on a solar tour. SpaceX has strategically provided high-definition glances of its rockets during launches and at sea landings, camera views of staging, and a plethora of statistics that enthusiasts like deciphering on platforms like Reddit and Twitter. The business is essentially taking a cue from NASA's early years, when the agency conducted public television broadcasts at a time when crewed rocket reliability was significantly lower than it is now. In reality, during combined launches of the Crew Dragon system, NASA and SpaceX frequently have conflicting broadcasts. This presents a significant but entertaining difficulty as space enthusiasts divide their time between their social media accounts and live streams. In the nearer term, SpaceX will fly paying customers to the International Space Station for Houston-based company Axiom Space, which has booked several missions using the Falcon 9 Dragon system. The first of those flights, AX-1, is scheduled to launch on March 30th, and Isaac Mann's Polaris project is providing a unique opportunity for SpaceX to show its stuff in orbital spaceflight. The first mission with 4 private astronauts will include 2 individuals from SpaceX highly experienced in crewed and uncrewed missions, Sarah Gillis and Anna Menon, who assist in matters ranging from crewed spaceflight development to taking the helm in SpaceX's mission control. SpaceX may also be able to replace some Russian services on the ISS, such as reboosting the orbiting complex periodically to avoid drag from Earth's atmosphere, pulling the station back to the planet. Because of the speed at which technology is developing, the space industry's major trends are creating new avenues for more equitable wealth. Formerly excluded nations and areas now have the chance to take advantage of three major kinds of chances. If you like this video, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Remember to activate the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we make a new post.